Well, he's one of the best bad guys on the big screen. In fact, he's been in around 380 movies, and he typically is the ruthless villain. But who is this bad boy really? His new book, Trejo, My Life of Crime, Redemption, and Hollywood, he tells it all. Welcome, Danny Trejo. Hey, Danny.
Oh, hi. How you doing?
We're so great. We're so happy to have you. Now, I know you play all these bad guys, these tough guys, but I hear in real life you are really a nice guy.
Yeah, I have to be.
Why do you have to be?
I owe quite a lot, and he's always watching me. I made a deal with him in 1968. So
You're talking about a deal with God?
yeah, and I asked God, how am I doing a couple of days ago, and he said, you're not bad, Trejo. You're almost out of hell. Keep it up.
Oh, listen, let's talk about, we've got to see that beautiful book cover behind you, your book. You have quite the story. What is the importance of telling your story?
I think one of the things that I wanted to convey was that you're only as sick as your secrets, and no matter what, if you don't get those secrets out, they're gonna kill you. You know, I had a toxic masculinity going, and I didn't know it was toxic. I thought I was masculine. I thought I was tough, but really I was propelled by my hidden secrets. And when I finally got them out, I have to say that today I kind of feel free. You know, I just feel like that I told a lot of the women in my life that it wasn't their fault. Right. You know, I was broken, and I deal with a lot of men and women both that have bad relationships, and it was like, it's not your fault. You know, you were dealing with broken people.
Right.
Right. And you really have a redemption story. And I know that you don't want kids and other people to go down the same route that you did, because you really were behind bars. How long did you serve, and how did you break into Hollywood?
That was an accident. I was trying to be an extra just for $50. I didn't care about being in the movies. I just got $50 cash. And I walked onto a movie set of a movie called Runaway Train with John Voight and Eric Roberts. And I happened to run into a guy that I was in prison with, a guy named Eddie Bunker, who was a prolific writer. Prolific, I learned that since.
I love it. Big words.
Big words.
So do you like, I love to see you smile, because I never get to see you smile in movies. You know, you are great in Con Air, Dusk Till Dawn, Desperado.
Yeah. You're
never smiling in those movies. But you must appreciate how far you've come in life.
You know what? It's, how do you say it? It's everything begins with the first step. And I took the first step in 1968, Cinco de Mayo, when I made a deal with God. I said, let me die with dignity. I'll say your name every day, and I'll do what I can for my fellow inmate. And I said inmate because I thought I'd never get out of prison.
And how long were you in there?
That time, 4 years, 4.5, 4 years, 8 months.
Wow.
And will you say what you went to prison for?
I sold a federal agent 4 ounces of sugar. Called
Right.
Bunko Sales. I sold him nothing, but it cost me 4.5 years.
Right, but it's your story though, and it's your redemption, and it's where you are now that I'm sure is the premise and the story behind your whole book, and wanting to put it out there so that someone can read your book, look at your life, and go, okay, you know what? There is hope. I can turn my life around.
You know what? Every time I go to juvenile hall, I tell kids, it's not where you start, it's where you end.
Thank you.
And you can get off this street right now, or you can ride it all the way to the gas chamber. The choice is yours. Hey, you can't blame your mom. You can't blame your dad. You can't blame this, that. You got to accept responsibility for yourself. And then it's like, you know what? Yeah, what made us? You know what? People around us, the people we looked up to. I looked up to an uncle of mine that happened to be an armed robber and a drug addict. And he was my role model.
Right. You obviously have been through a lot. You made the deal with God. People have been trying to break into movies their whole lives. You kind of stumbled upon it. Now you've done, well, I mentioned, almost 380 movies. Do you have a favorite film? I know, and Machete, you are the star. That has to be your favorite film.
You know what? Machete was, we started, that was actually, that's me. But Jessica, I got to kiss Jessica Alba. So it's funny when people say, I thought you were taller. I said, I'm tall enough to kiss Jessica Alba. How's that?
Not a bad day at work.
Oh my goodness.
There you go. And then in Spy Kids, actually, was that your first role that you didn't play a bad guy?
Spy Kids, that was Robert Rodriguez. Robert Rodriguez, it was funny because we started with Desperado. And that's when I found out he was my second cousin. I didn't know it. I walked into his office in Venice and he said, you remind me of the bad guys in my high school. And I said, I am the bad guys in your high school. And we just hit it off. When we were in Acuña, Mexico, my relatives came down from San Antonio, Texas to see me in Mexico. And they pointed out, hey, who's that? I said, that's Robert Rodriguez, the director. My Uncle Rudy calls him over and they started talking. And my uncle, hey, Danny, say hello to your cousin. And we were second cousins.
Wow.
So from then on, we done like 11, 12 movies together. But
wow.
Desperado, he was talking about this this federal that was a hero. He wanted to make a Latino superhero. And I said, does he have to wear tights? He goes, no, this guy's a regular guy, you know what I mean? And so I was a day laborer, but you know, I end up saving everybody, killing all the bad guys. So
Oh, Danny, you're the best. Thanks for coming on.
you know what,
Good talking
I gotta tell you something. But the biggest thing that happened to me was in Halloween when kids knocked at the door and I opened it and they had their little painted mustache on and they were like, I'm Machete. For Halloween. That was awesome.
Quite a remarkable story, Danny.
Absolutely. Danny, thank you so much.
Thank you. And don't forget to watch Ceniza Estrada this Friday. She's fighting for the WBA Championship of the World. Girl power. She's my fighter. She's 108 pounds and she holds the WBC, WBA. And I've got a record album coming out.
Oh, you are a busy man. Well, right now, there are 2 virtual book events with Danny on July 11th and July 14th. For ticketing information and more information, make sure you head to DannyTrejo.com.